Welcome to Box Recaps.
In today's video, we will be going through the 2023 movie Colpa Mia. It's time to recall. Let's get started, turn on subtitles, and spoilers ahead. The movie starts and we see a woman named Emma with her young 17-year-old daughter Noah. They are in their car and Noah does not seem to be in a good mood. It is revealed that Emma has married a really rich guy who lives in a big mansion, and now Emma has to move in with him, but Noah does not want to live in a luxury life like that because she is too used to simplicity. She tells her mother that she wants to live somewhere else, but her mother makes it clear that she does not have an option in this because she is still not 18. They get to the big mansion where Emma's rich husband welcomes them. He talks nicely to Noah, but she is really rude to him. They are then surrounded by servants, and Noah keeps getting annoyed because she is not used to being fussed over like that. Emma tells her to go to her room in the huge, gaudy mansion. She goes to the room and checks the closet, where her stepdad has already put many fancy clothes for her, but she has no interest in those clothes either. She then calls her friend and whines about how her day has been really bad. She tells her that her stepdad is really rich and that now she has many things. She reveals that she does not really care about these materialistic things. Her friend, however, tells her to stop whining, adding that she is really lucky to have all that. She tells Noah that she is actually feeling jealous of her. Later that night, she feels hungry, so she goes downstairs to find something to eat, and as she is about to open the fridge, she is startled by a handsome boy the same age as her. This boy is named Nick, and he is now her stepbrother. She starts being rude to him, and when his dog senses the tension between the two, he starts barking at Noah. Nick tells her that his dog does not like it when someone is rude to him, and as they argue, the parents show up and they are happy to see them getting acquainted. Noah then goes back to her room and resumes talking to her friend, and who asks her if her stepbrother is handsome. Noah smiles and says yes. All of them go to have dinner that night, and Noah is with the parents when she sees Nick's car going by as well. She sees Nick smoking, and that weirds her out a little bit because she did not expect him to be a smoker. When they are at the restaurant, her stepdad tells her that if she wants, she can use his surname, but she does not want to do it as she always wants to be an independent girl. Nick also shows up at the restaurant, and the stepdad tells her that Nick is a really good boy. He even says that Nick stays away from smoking and drinking, but Noah just saw him smoking, so she knows his secret now. She also gets a bad boy feeling from him, so she is now sure that this boy hides a lot of stuff from his dad. Nick and Noah get to talk again, and both are rude to each other yet again. Noah's mother tells her to behave, and Nick says that he is going to have to leave now. Noah also wants to get home early, so she says she wants to go too. The parents suggest she go home with Nick, but she refuses, adding that she does not like him at all, so she is not getting in a car with him. Her mother, however, forces her to go with him. In the car, they keep arguing with each other again. Nick drives very rashly, and Noah keeps calling him out for that. He gets annoyed and kicks her out of the car in the middle of a secluded road. He tells her to take a taxi home. She sees a car approaching and the boy pulls up. He offers her a ride and she tells him about Nick. He reveals that he knows Nick, adding that he currently is headed to a party where Nick is also present at the moment. They go to that party and Noah sees that Nick is actually the life of this party and that he is a womanizer. He's surrounded by the popular girls at the party. Nick sees Noah at the party and asks her how on earth did she get there. She does not tell him anything, and he tells her to go home right away. She, however, refuses to get back and even shoves him away. Noah later ends up getting drunk and now has no idea where she is or who she is for that matter. Nick carries her to the car and brings her home in the middle of the night. He carries her upstairs to her room, and when she wakes up in the morning, her mother asks her how was the movie. She is weirded out by this question because she did not watch any movie last night. Later, Nick tells her that he left a message from her phone to her mother saying that she was watching a movie and that she had gotten home on time. They go to the beach that morning where Nick goes on to take off his shirt and Noah keeps looking at him in a pervy way. She is joined by a friend who tells her that she should not be looking at Nick like that because he is her brother now. Nick has a race that night. He is a car racer and Noah also comes to see the race. The race is about to start when Nick sees her there and he is not happy about her being there. The race begins and Nick is not able to concentrate because he is disturbed by the fact that some boy is being handsy with Noah. He is also not able to take his eyes off of her because she is looking really hot, but he finally remembers that he has a race to win. He now focuses on the race and comes out victorious. When they are partying hard after the race, Noah receives a message and she is shocked to see her boyfriend kissing her friend. She is really angry. She decides to take revenge by doing a stupid thing. She goes to a random boy to kiss him, but Nick gets there just in time. Nick then sees the photo on Noah's phone and understands why she was about to kiss a rando. He then makes a deal with her. He says if he kisses her right now, she is going to have to leave, and she agrees. They then go on to kiss, and Noah takes the picture and sends it to Dan. Noah then goes to sit in Nick's car, and Nick's rival racer is also there. She talks to him, and the next thing we see, she is having a race with him. When Nick sees this, he gets really worried about Noah, but she ends up winning the race. Noah, however, has no idea that she has broken some rules, and now Nick has to pay for that. Nick has to give up his car and some cash as well. Noah then starts fighting with the other boy named Ronnie, and when Ronnie badmouths about her, Nick gets pissed and goes on to punch Ronnie. Noah is really scared, but Nick brings her home in time. The next morning, she is woken up by her mother, who tells her that her stepdad has arranged a party. Nick has not been coming home since the last few days, but her mother tells her that he will be at the big party. Noah gets ready for the party, and she is the most beautiful and hottest girl there. Nick, however, does not come to the party. When the party is over, Nick finally comes home, and Noah is sitting in the lounge alone. She looks really hot, and Nick sits beside her. These two have now started liking each other, they get to talk, and there is this sexual tension between these two. The next thing we see, they're having a wild, steamy hormone sandwich. The next day, Noah is washing her own car when Nick is standing in the balcony looking at her. When Noah notices him looking, she starts spilling water on herself, and her clothes are now wet. It is clear that she is more than happy to seduce her stepbrother. Nick gives her a smile, and then Emma shows up with her boyfriend Dan. Dan tries to say hello to Noah, but she of course does not feel like talking to him because she is in love with Nick, and she of course knows Dan was cheating on her. Noah then goes to have a swim in the pool, and Nick also joins her. They go on to make out again, and Dan is shocked to see that. Emma calls Nick, and he pretends to be at a distance from Noah as he does not want their parents to know what they have been up to. Noah is now pissed at Dan for being there, so she tells him to get out of the mansion right away. Dan tries to apologize to her, saying he was really missing her, so he ends up kissing her best friend, which of course is illogical, so Noah does not give a crap. Nick is later out when he runs into Ronnie. Ronnie again starts talking dirty about Noah, and Nick yet again gets into a fight with him. When he comes home later that night, Noah is sleeping and he has bruises on his face. He goes to Noah's room and starts kissing her on the belly, which wakes her up. She punches him, but when she notices his bleeding nose, she asks him what happened. They again go on to have a wild, steamy hormone sandwich, and Dan sees them doing so through the window. Noah goes to Dan and tells him to get out of there, adding that he is not supposed to tell anyone what he just saw between Nick and Noah. The next morning, Dan leaves many letters for Noah and leaves. Noah takes a sigh of relief. She goes to a party with Nick later. Nick is with his friends, and when the friends go away, Nick and Noah again start making out, and Nick's friend sees that. He tells Nick that Noah is his stepsister, so he should not be making out with her. Nick is about to have a one-on-one fight, but Noah tells him not to do so. Nick, however, does not want to back down, so Noah comes out while Nick fights. Nick wins the fight and joins Noah outside, who is really angry at him. These two end up getting into an argument when Nick sees her talking to another boy. Nick gets aggressive with that boy, and Noah does not like that. She tells him to stay in his limits, adding that they are not a couple, so he should stop acting like a possessive boyfriend. Nick gets hurt by this, and for the next day, these two do not talk to each other. One day, Nick's dad comes to him and tells him that Noah's real dad has come out of prison. He tells him that the man used to abuse Noah, he used to beat her up, and the marks of the beatings can still be seen on her body. He reveals that Noah's real dad wants to kill Noah and her mother, so they are going to have to be careful from now on. Nick and Noah finally start talking, and Nick is always by her side now. He is very protective of her, and they are now in love, but they do not want to reveal it to the parents, of course. Nick and Noah spend their nights together. One night they are in Nick's room after a wild, steamy hormone sandwich. Then Nick's dad comes to tell him about Noah's sickness, but when he sees these two in bed together, he is shocked and gets pissed at Nick for being so stupid. Noah and Nick later go out, and Nick tells her that their parents are not going to let them stay together now, so this is the only night they have. They should make this night special. They go to the beach in the middle of the night and have a wild, steamy hormone sandwich. When they are done, Nick suggests they run far away from this place, but Noah does not agree. When they are on their way back, they make a stop at a store, and Noah is still in the car while Nick goes into the store to get something. Ronnie gets there and goes on to kidnap Noah. Nick right away goes to the parents and tells them how Noah just disappeared from the car. He himself does still not know that Ronnie has kidnapped her. They call the police, and soon the CCTV footage is pulled up, and when Nick sees it, he right away recognizes Ronnie. He tells his dad that this guy is actually his enemy, and he has been talking shit about Noah for a long time, and this is why they got into a fight as well. It is later revealed that Noah's own father is the one behind her kidnapping. The father then calls Emma and tells her that he has Noah. He tells her to bring him a buttload of money if they want Noah alive, and Nick's dad right away agrees to pay up. He gives them the address and threatens to kill Noah if they dare try calling the police. They go to the given location with the money, but they still bring some police officers with them who are of course disguised as just passers-by. Emma tells her new husband that she knows very well that this man does not need money. He is doing this only to hurt and agonize them. Noah's father has cameras and microphones set up all around so he can both see and listen to their conversation. Nick then tells a lady officer that Ronnie won his car from him in a race and he had a tracker in that car. They right away track the car and now they know Noah's location. Noah's dad gets to know that they have been tracked, so he gets out of there with Noah. Noah is the one who is driving and she is a fierce driver. It is revealed that her dad is actually the one who taught her how to drive. When Noah refuses to drive, her dad puts a gun on her head and tells her to keep driving. Nick also gets there in the meantime. He brings his car right next to Noah's car and Nick tells her to bend down. As she does that, the lady officer shoots Noah's dad in the head and he dies on the spot. Noah comes running to Nick and they embrace. That night, when everyone has gone to sleep, Nick manages to sneak into Noah's room and they have a wild, steamy hormone sandwich. In the next scene, we see Noah's mother and Nick's dad, who say that they are going to have to put an end to their relationship because it's not right, and with that, the movie comes to an end.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on the notification and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.